Welcome to this moment. Take this moment to feel your feet on the ground, even if you're lying down. Feel where your feet are touching. Kind of wiggle your feet back and forth a little bit. Do you feel those sensations in your feet? Breathe into that. Relax your feet. Let your feet connect more deeply into the ground, to the earth. Let your breath go all the way down to your feet. Feel the sensations in your in your chest when you breathe. Feel your chest opening, the air on your skin. And check in to a sense of autonomy. It's always a good guess if you have people in your life that are crabby to guess. Do you have a need for autonomy? Do you have a need for some freedom and choice in your life? The same thing with yourself. Is there a sense of being constrained? Is there a sense of like not being able to move, like this tightness in your body and your life energy? Breathe into a sense of autonomy. Even if you're telling yourself, even if you're aware, I'm not saying that this is a story, many of us don't. Um, I'm going to say don't have a sense of autonomy. Um, Maybe we're in jobs where we don't have autonomy, where maybe our lives, we feel like we don't have any choice. And that can be a very real thing and a very constricting feeling. So honor that if that's there, if that lack a sense of freedom or choice. You don't feel free, you don't feel this time of year, maybe family tends to get into the picture. A sense of having to have to with your family, sense of obligation could bring a lack of lack of autonomy, and you can come back to the choices you do have right now. Excuse me, but really looking for this sense of freedom in my body and in my life. I can't choose my blood brothers and sisters, mother and father, aunts and uncles. And I do have a family of choice. So when somebody says they have a need for autonomy, I'm always exploring these parts of my life where I don't feel autonomy, where I feel constricted. So look in your body, in your life, and it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected to an actual abundance of freedom if you look for it. I can actually choose whether I interact with my family or not. They might have, your sustainability might be attached to that. I don't know. But that's often where we feel a lack of freedom, right? When I'm looking at that, like how that interconnection is, right? I have a need for sustainability and I have a need for freedom. They seem to tug on each other sometimes, right? Can they both exist at the same time? I am abundantly blessed in my freedom, in the fact that I create my own schedule. You know, I interact with the patients that I would like to interact with. I mean, I feel like my sustainability is somehow connected with people that I love, and I know that's not the case with everybody. And I feel a tremendous amount of compassion for that being the case, because I want people to have choice in their lives. I love having choice, having freedom. So as we long for figuring that piece out, right? How can we have freedom in our lives? How can we have autonomy in our how we meet our needs, how we spend our days? And to be able to pay the rent. COVID was it was a very difficult time for me because I couldn't figure that piece out. And so I have a lot of compassion for those that are struggling with that somehow conflicting needs, that sustainability and that autonomy. So hold them both and see if you can connect with the abundance. Olga is so incredibly wise. She shares these amazing experiences she has of just opening to this abundance in her life. And it's so inspiring because I can be reminded of like, oh yeah, I just have to look for it sometimes. I think that many of us can do the same. How to meet both of those needs. If we have the illusion they're in conflict. So, as we offer this sense of autonomy to our beloveds, what is that famous tattoo? If you love somebody, set them free. And also a very wise saying. We really want that for our beloveds. And sometimes we do have to set our beloveds free. And we often want this for the other people in our life as well. If we know that they're dealing with this out of a sense of obligation, or it's sad for me because I do want them to have a sense of freedom in their lives. And I know, I'm guessing that some jobs, that are not the best jobs in the world. And there is that conflict for autonomy and sustainability. So the neutral people, and then for people that I struggle with, and also I want to wish all beings in the world to be able to connect with um, a sense of autonomy, a sense of being able to have choice and freedom in their lives, and to be able to have housing, to have food, and to be able to trust that will be provided for, because certainly not everyone in the world is in that position. And I want that. I want all beings to be able to manifest the fullness of their lives, the beauty of their lives. May all beings benefit from our practice today, being able to access autonomy, freedom, choice, as well as sustainability. Blessings, my dear friend.